Hey everybody, it's Daniel here for Mobile Syrup, and look, I'll be the first to admit I am not necessarily the biggest fitness guru on the planet, but I like to keep in shape, and I also love technology. So the idea of a MOTOACTV and a MOTOACTV armband is probably the only way that I'm going to keep motivated, considering that I love gadgets and I love things that remind me that I need to stay going outside. You know, the summer's coming up really soon. So MOTOACTV is a fitness organizer slash motivational tool, and it comes from Motorola. It's $250. It comes in a box with a lot of cool accessories. The armband is sold separately for $29.99. There's also a number of other accessories sold separately, including a bike clip and a number of other things. Now this is ANT Plus ready, which means that you can connect all of your sensors, your heart rate monitors, your pedometers, things like that. This has an accelerometer in it. It's running Android, and it's got tons of other stuff. So let's take a look at it right now. You can see that it comes with about a 1.4 inch, 4:3 aspect ratio display. It has a touch screen. It can be used with the optional watch clip as a watch, but it's a little bit bulky. It's a bit thick as well, but it comes in the box with this clip. You can clip it onto your shirt or your jacket or whatever you like. It just slides out very easily. It's only unfortunately available in this one orientation because it has this back button here that Android relies very heavily on, but it's actually quite an interesting little device. So let's take a look at the features. First of all, you see that there is this watch here. You can change different timepieces. Personally, I just like the standby digital. It also counts calories and the number of steps you've taken, and that's due to the accelerometer inside here. That may not be the most accurate way to gauge how many steps you've taken. I think it actually overestimates it, but it does a good job, and it's very helpful in seeing how much or how little exercise you're doing throughout the day. There's also a number of analog ones here that you can feast your eyes on, and all of them have a different design and aesthetic. The other kind of time-based options here, there's a stopwatch and a timer, and you can also wake the device just by kind of shaking it around. So if the device is off, you can just shake it and it'll turn right back on. Now this is a little bit bulky, as I said, but it's not too bad to just clip right onto your jacket. It comes with power buttons, a power button on the right side and a volume rocker. There's 8 GB of internal storage in here. There's a micro USB charger covered by a little clip. There's also a start button and a music button, and the start button, once you press it, will actually get you into workout mode. Now this is where you'll be spending the bulk of your activity with this device. If you are using it for fitness, you can set it to running, indoors, outdoors, cycling, indoors, outdoors, walking, and elliptical, step machine. There's even a custom golf setting here, and it's actually quite extensive. It'll use your GPS to tell you. You can download course data. So if I'm in Alberta, for example, I can download the course data, and it will just connect, download a specific course, for example, and you can follow it along. Now the other options are a little bit more simple. Say I just want to go for an outdoor run. I can press that, and it'll get your GPS location. It will. You can set a target in terms of time, distance, or both, or just in terms of calories. And you can plan workouts on motoactive.com. So once you're finished with your workout, it'll automatically upload your information to motoactive.com, and you can actually access it through the MOTOACTV app on a Motorola phone. But the design is meant to be used on Windows or Mac online, and if you connect this device to your computer when you first start it up, you can set a Wi-Fi password for your home network, and once you get back from your run or your bike, you can actually, it'll automatically upload that information straight to MOTOACTV, and you can refer to your runs. It'll show you how many calories you burned, how far you went, and your course based on the GPS location. Now, unfortunately, there's no way to hide your workout, so it's public information. If somebody has your account name, it'll be available for everybody to see. Now, that may be a bit frustrating for some people, but this is also meant to be used as a social tool to get people to motivate you, leave messages, leave comments, whatever you want. Now, the other option that you can use this for is just a standard MP3 player. There's 8 gigs of music in here. A lot of it is actually preloaded, so there's a ton of, in my opinion, not great music from the likes of Black Delicious. There's Coldplay, David Cook, there's Jessica Simpson, Kelly Clarkson, Matthew Deere, Matthew Sweet, lots of other stuff. There's some New Kids on the Block remix stuff. It supports Bluetooth headsets, so you can actually pair this with your Bluetooth. This runs Bluetooth 4, so it's a low power version of Bluetooth. It won't take up too much battery life. There's also an FM radio that you can listen to if you have a pair of headphones plugged in. And you can sync it using the MotoActive app on your Mac or PC with your iTunes playlist and your podcast playlist. So lots of really good connectivity stuff here. What I've been using it for really is just as a music player, which also counts my steps. So I like to go walking in between my bouts of sitting and writing, and I like to know how fast I've gone and how far I've gone. So this counts the number of steps and the number of calories that I've burned throughout the day, which is very useful. I would like to try the watch clip. I actually haven't yet, but this, just using the clip onto my jacket, is quite useful. Now let me show you some other things that are in the box, because it's actually, I don't like doing unboxings, but the box is pretty full, and it comes with some really interesting stuff. First of all, the headphones are these in-ear headphones that try to lock out sweat, so they'll get they won't get slick and fall out of your ears when you're running, which Motorola is taking a lot of pride in. And there's also a ton of different custom earbuds, so that it'll fit whichever size ear you have, and hopefully you can find something that seals pretty tightly. The other thing in here was the clip that I showed you, and this interesting wall charger. It's actually a dual USB charger. I don't know why, but I geek out when I see stuff like this, because it's really tiny. It's a great travel companion, and you can actually charge 2 things at once using the included USB cord. There's also a really extensive manual that goes over everything that's available on MotoActive. But most of all, the community is really active. So Motorola has taken a lot of pains to make sure that you're able to communicate with other MotoActive users. You have a really good sense of the overall interactivity. It's not just a lone, you can't work out on your own and expect a lot of good results. So this is taking the same kind of stance as other devices like Endomondo, Fitbit, things like that, even Jawbone Up, that connects to your social feeds. It allows you to cross-post your workouts to Twitter and Facebook automatically if you want. And this actually goes a long way to making sure that you have a pretty good experience when you're working out. Now, one other thing to note is that you have all of these different workout sensors. So you can add a sensor like a heart rate monitor, foot pod, speed and cadence, speed, power sensor, cadence. I'm not sure exactly what all of these are, but it supports ANT+. The only problem is that you won't be able to use, say for example, Sony Ericsson's Liveware Manager. This has it only connects to Motorola handsets to use their MotoActive app, so you won't get a full experience unless you have a Motorola phone. But you can pair it with any Android phone above Android 2.1 to get call notifications and SMS notifications. Now that was something that was added very recently, and it's a great help, because when I first got this device, it hadn't been updated yet. There were 2 updates waiting for me, and it was quite frustrating that I couldn't connect it to any of my phones because I didn't have a Motorola phone. So it says, a Motorola phone is required for text and calendar alerts. If you do not have a Motorola phone, you can still receive calls through the MotoActive. So no, I don't have a Motorola phone. You can start a Bluetooth scan on your phone and hit next, and then you pair your phone with MotoActive here, and you'll get your call alerts through Bluetooth, which is really nice. Sound quality on here is really good. I've been using my my well-worn Marley Zion headphones, which are great. They sound awesome here. You can check your firmware in your free disk space. You can see there's 6.7 gigabytes free after all the OS stuff is taken care of. And battery life finally has been pretty good. The only issue that I have is that if you leave it unplugged overnight, for example, I've done this a couple times where I've just left it in my connected to my jacket, and the battery will actually go down by 20 or 30% overnight without it actually doing anything, which is a little bit unfortunate. But remember to try and charge this every night. I guess that's why they included the dual USB charger here, so you can charge your phone and your MotoActive before you go to bed using the same charger. Now, one of the things that I wanted to point out is that if you're listening to music, for example, I have this song of mine, Green Thumb by Untitled Player, and you're in deep within the music menu. You just hold back the back button, and you'll go right back to the home screen, which is a nice, convenient addition. And the other thing that Motorola has added here is something called fitness music. So if I add a song to my fitness playlist, for example, I just press this lightning bolt on the song, and it'll add to a fitness playlist. So if Motorola, if the Active notices that I'm running faster or pushing harder during a specific song, it'll play that song more often, so it'll motivate you more and get you pumping even harder on your next run. So you can actually sort your songs via fitness playlist and make this a truly interactive experience. Now, it might be a bit expensive, $250 plus all the accessories. I really do think that, you know, this is nothing more than an iPod Touch with a few sensors, or sorry, an iPod Nano with a few sensors in it. But it does support Bluetooth, which the Nano doesn't, and it supports all these sensors. It has an accelerometer, and it really is focused on fitness people. The included sports armband is really helpful if you don't want it to go flying off anywhere while you're running. And there's a number of other accessories. If you can check out motoactive.com, you'll get a sense of them. They're also, you know, between $20 and $30 depending on what you want. But there's a lot of functionality here, and if you're into fitness, this is one of the better devices to use. So this has been the MotoActive from Motorola, and this is Daniel from Mobile Syrup. Thanks for watching.